also add that it's not too early to start your networking right now as students. One great case study I'm familiar with, you may know the company Enlightened, the IT contractor, a very large company headquartered here in DC, was started by 3 GW grads. After they graduated, they each went to different companies, worked, got experience. They each went back later, got master's degrees. Then they came together after that and started Enlightened. And they complemented each other. They'd known each other since GW days, and they're very successful working together. So they preach the sermon of start now as a GW student and meet other people and start thinking. Next question. Want to bring the microphone down here in front?
I just want to add on a question. So you talked about hiring. I'm wondering, even in the earlier stages, when you're sort of defining the idea, forming the business plan, and finding your sort of core collaborators, what do you look for in those people, and how do you see that is going to be a successful collaboration?
Mine always looked at personality. Because the company was called Telezoo, Visual Telecommunication. I remember one of the questions that I asked, because I needed everyone to be like, relax, cool. I even asked them if they can make a monkey sound. I asked everyone. And the one who didn't, were feeling comfortable, I didn't hire them. And the one who did, I hired them, the only one. And the CEO that wasn't interviewed by me, he was the only one person in the company, plus a friend of mine. But that wasn't part of the interview process. I knew him from University of Maryland. But I'm trying to give you a short answer. Personalities. I mean, there are a lot of factors here, but personality to me is number one. You got the wrong person in the company with the wrong personality. You could have a fantastic product, fantastic company. That individual with the wrong personality could basically hurt the business.
Add on, I mean, I think part of it is you as an entrepreneur need to establish what your vision is and what you're trying to build. And you want to make sure that when you bring those initial folks in, that you really share your vision and really dive down and make sure that they want to go after that vision as well. That it's important to them, that they buy into it. And it is also important that, from a personality side, that you're building a team, so you want good teamwork. And they don't necessarily all have to be friends, but they need to be able to work together in a collaborative way. And that conflict is okay in a team, but you need to have good, people who can work through it in a professional manner to drive to, a consensus decision that you're going to go forward on. So I think it's important that you communicate that vision, make sure that you're getting people who are passionate and bought into the vision that you're trying to build, especially those early ones, and that make sure that you've identified what your gaps are in terms of skills or needs that you're trying to fill. Because again, you don't want to just hire a bunch of people like you with the same talents as you, because that's not getting you anywhere.
I agree with that, but one of the things you asked is what is early on, so I'm assuming you meant that you were starting the company, what you're looking for, the hiring, what your criteria is. Of course, the personality and ethics and all those things are very important. The one very, very important part is you already have some people existing in the company. The chemistry has to be there. This person that you're bringing on cannot be a tip the scale or be a bad apple. It has to fit with that. So you have to be judge that this person is going to be a good fit in this organization. I don't mean just the work, but it's extremely important, like the first thing. Fitting in the personality and all these things and how it is a small office. It's already part of the businesses in a small group, and they're not getting along. You will see that. As it gets bigger, then you're hiring a programmer. What do you hear? The guy sitting in the corner writing the program doesn't want to associate with that. Boy, do I know I have a lot of those NASA scientists doing that. But that's a different story. But if you're bringing somebody in HR that he or she needs to interact with the people, different personality, and they have to see that it fits or not. So chemistry has been very important for that job, and see how much interaction that person has to do with other groups. So yeah, that is very good.
The thing is, if individual really doesn't have the right skill, or he or she is not perfect, certain skills, once the individual get involved part of the company, they can learn. But when you got the wrong personality, there's nothing you can do. I mean, nothing's going to change. The skills can be the other employee, they can help her out or help him out. And personality, no. Wrong personality, no.
Pass the microphone. Yeah, thank you.
All right, quick question in regards to the best sources that you know, say a bird's eye view of the population of the market, and also to determine who owns which portion of the market share.
Market share of what?
Of population, whatever your population that you're trying to serve.
Your target market.
I'll start a little bit. I think it obviously depends on what business you're trying to build, because there's tons of resources out there in terms of market research. I know that. It can range from a number of things. I'm not a marketing person per se, but I mean, one level, and there's cheap ways to expensive ways. I mean, the cheapest way is obviously do research on the internet as far as available kind of first level data. I think the second level is, we talked about building a network, but build a network, and if you're going to, go in a specific industry, get involved in some industry associations early on, even before you start the business, and network out there. Go to those events, meet people, meet some of the leaders, and so on. You'll get some insight on what some of the trends are, who the players are. There's a lot of valuable information there, who potential hires are down the road. So network within industry associations, and then I think from some of the higher end, and I actually have never done this, is you actually go out and pay for market research data. So I really can't comment on that. Most of our stuff is really kind of what I'd say grassroots marketing, getting out there, networking, talking to people in the industry, talking to competitors. I think competitors are a great way, because sometimes your competitors are your partners one day and your competitors the next day.
Pass it behind you. Thank you.
Yes, I was wondering, what has been your thought process as it relates to your seeking mentors in building or encouraging advice in building your business? So, who has mentored you, each of you, in helping you form your own business?
You want the names? Or
Well, more the character. What are you looking for? Your thought process and how you sought out mentors or somebody to help you.
I had the same challenge. I got help by the law firm that we had hired. One of my great friends was working for the law firm. They helped us to, actually they were the one who helped us to find an advisory board member, the board member, the company. So that's how we found them. Is that what you're asking, or you're asking what do we look for in them?
What are you looking for? And it's certainly a private answer. How you saw it, how you found it.
Well, it was through, it goes back to what three of us already agreed, the contacts. It was through the contacts, and all four of them, they were in the same field. They had expertise in telecommunications, they had expertise in, one of them had expertise in the media for my PR. So these were the criteria I was looking for.